Genesis 2 is finally here, and we are here showcasing every single creature known to this new DLC. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so excited for this DLC. I've been waiting for so long. I've been waiting literally all day for hours and hours and hours to finally get this recording started. But anyway, we're going to be going over each and every single one of the new creatures from this DLC in this one video that not only includes, the base creatures, but it also includes the variant creatures as well, which are in the back, and we will go over them last. But, you guys just want to see these ones first. They're the new additions. They are the incredibly interesting ones that have all the new abilities and new things and all that. Anyway, I'm going to be going, in my opinion, what is the most fun and interesting, or least fun and interesting to most fun and interesting. So we're going to start off with the Voidwyrm. I have that on. So this guy. It's basically just a tech wyvern. It literally in the spawn code, it is a tech wyvern. And if we can just level it up, it's got decent stats for a base. I mean, it's not special, but I think it's a little bit better than a normal wyvern. It has the same animations as a wyvern. It's pretty much just a blatant copy. Like if we fly all the way up here to these pteranodons and we attack them, yeah, it is pretty much just the same. You can see. The special breath attack is actually really unique though. It's like a piece of code that we've seen before, and woo! But as you can see, it does like no damage. It does 1 damage per tick, or like one damage number per hit, which is pretty bad. I don't know if it's maybe because it's used for something else, but yeah, you actually have to hold down the right click instead of just pressing it. And I'm pretty sure you can just do it forever until your stamina goes out. It looks really cool though, which is pretty interesting. And I think it has some changes in its sounds to make it sound a little bit more metallic. The next one is we have the Shadowmane, and we have 2 of them. We have the male and we have the female. The male here is obviously different, than the female. It's got a bigger mane. I think it's a little bit bigger in terms of just size in general. The female here has like no mane. It has just some little fins, whatever you call them, on its ears and parts on its face, and that's about it. But these guys have 2 different abilities. Honestly, I prefer the male simply because I feel like it can do more, and the female is good as a support role, I think, but the male is more or less on that level of, super strength. Anyway, they do get a pack buff, which is really interesting. I like that. I hope they're not like too OP, but yeah, if I were to press Control, Control X, there we go. This only works when you're mate boosted. If you press the X key when you're on a male, I think it's a male, there's the pack leader, and you press X, you can roar, and it does a buff that increases speed, damage output, basically does exactly what a raptor can do, only, with a Shadowmane. So it's really, really interesting, and I absolutely love how much they've thought into all these buffs and everything. And oh yeah, look at this, it affects your character as well. So I'm walking much faster than I would be normally. We're gonna spawn in some parasaurs to test on all the damage output and everything. So let's just put like a couple parasaurs, because this thing has a unique ability which I actually haven't tried out yet. But if I press space, I believe, I think, nope, that's not what it is. Well, it has a super jump, which is really interesting. If you hold space and you let go, it does a super jump. Oh yes, this is what I was looking for. There we go. So if there are 2 enemies that are next to each other and you hold right click, you have the ability to pretty much scan them and have them, be in your little limited sight, and you can just basically use an electric beam and zap through them, hit both of them at the same time, which is really interesting. It's like a ricochet effect. And actually, I'm gonna check and see the left click bite, because I haven't seen that yet. Okay, this is a 150 base, and it's pretty good. 120 damage, not too bad. This thing also does have some more stuff to do. It can turn invisible if I press C. The only thing here though is if you go invisible, you cannot run. It is just a pure sneak, like a crouch walk. You can turn on the dime though, no need. It's like basically kind of like a Carcanos or a Mantis, how you can just turn by moving side to side. And yeah, that's about it. Let me just show the super jump in proper. So you gotta hold space and boom! Ooh. Yeah, these things are awesome. I absolutely love the Shadowmane. It's a really neat addition. And now let's check on the female as well. I'm getting a lot of lag, so I apologize for that. But oh my god, the lag is unbearable right now because I'm recording. But yeah, here's the female. So obviously smaller mane. Honestly, I'd prefer the male simply because it's a lot stronger, I think, or it's, you know, it has more uses and abilities. But if I press C, I can turn invisible like the male as well. But if I press X, I think I might have to be closer. Yeah, if I press X, I can turn allied creatures invisible as long as they are close to me. Now, it seems to not work on the Stryder. I'm not sure why, but it does work on the Voidwyrm as well as the other Shadowmane. So that's pretty much it for the female. There's really no other difference. So yeah, that's why I honestly prefer the male Shadowmane, simply because it just has more abilities than the female. But yeah, they're pretty cool in their own right, and I definitely think that they're a great addition to this wonderful survival game. So the next creature that I'm going to be showing off actually is the little Noglin. You know, it's the little creature that we've all been hyping up in the trailers. It's been popping up all the time. We had it as a chibi for months, and now it's finally here as its own creature. Anyway, the way this works, I can throw it off my shoulder, and it has this really cool lightning effect, which is really interesting. But basically, I can engage Brain Hunt, which basically allows me to control it, and I can take control of enemies. I don't know if it works on, oh, I actually haven't tried this out yet properly, so I didn't know, but level 2 high. So I'm guessing it only works on creatures that are lower level than the Noglin itself. Considering that's a 162, this is a 150, that's probably the reason. If I press F twice, then I come out of the thing. So if I spawn in a lower level Parasaur, alright, here's a level 54, and I go into the Enrage mode, yes, engage Brain Hunt, and yes, it works. So how do I do this? Right click, oh, there we go! We can control the Parasaur. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so yeah, the Noglin basically just mind sucks its face, and it gives us the ability to control pretty much, I don't know if it works on any creature, but it works on at least small creatures that are below the Noglin's level. So make sure you have a max level Noglin so that you can control pretty much any creature on the map. I don't know if it works on things like Gigas or Rexes. I feel like that'd be a little bit too OP, but yeah, it's super cool. This would be a really cool way to troll people in PvP. You know, I mean, if people couldn't see the Noglin, people would just think it's a normal Parasaur, and they'd probably go up and like try to attack it, and then maybe you could have like an ambush near the Parasaur ready to grab the PvP guy. That'd be really interesting, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just press F, and oh, now it's following me. Okay, that's cool. So if you come out of the control mode, the Noglin will control the creature and have it follow the player. That's really interesting. Now, how do I remove Noglin? Wait a minute. Equip saddle to... Wait a second. Hold on a minute. If I remove the Noglin, it's tamed. It says it's tamed. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically, for a while it acts like the creature is tamed, but if you take the Noglin off, it will kill the creature instantly. Okay, that's an okay trade-off. I like it. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the most useful shoulder pets next to the Jerboa. I mean, we all know how much I love my Jerboas. But yeah, that's the Noglin for you, an adorable little addition to this map. And yeah, let's get on with the Stryder now. So here we are with the Stryder. I believe there are like 4 or 5 different variants for it, and I'm not sure like how these work. This has upgrades. It has the excavation rig as well as a shield generator rig, and all of these rigs allow it to have special and different abilities. You can see I have a bunch of resources in my inventory because it uses like a harvester mechanic. But also look at the stats at this thing base. This is a level 150 spawned in, and it has 28,000 health base. No levels put in, nothing. This is ridiculously strong. I'm not sure how much damage it actually does with its like foot attack. If I press, you know, left click, then I can do, you know, a little stomp attack. If I do it from behind, I can do it as well with my back legs. You know, there's a Parasaur back there, so we might as well try it out. But yeah, I don't think you can like switch out the oh, don't get off. I'm not sure if you can switch these. Yeah, you can't switch these, Basically, you'll find these guys in the wild, and if you hack them, you can gain access to them. And there's a bunch of different variants that all have different upgrades. I actually have a bunch of them in the back over there that I'll showcase in just a minute. But if we come over here and we right click with the harvester module, then we can, yeah, we can harvest so much stuff. This is OP as crap. Look at this. Oh my goodness, look how much resources we're getting. We're getting stone, thatch, wood, berries. This thing gathers everything. This might possibly be the greatest gatherer in the entire game. I said that. Better than like the Theory, better than the Megatherium, better than all of that crap. This thing is insane. And if I press C, because it has a shield generator module, I have a shield. Now I imagine, you know, I imagine this deflects bullets and all that, so, you know, it's probably good for your PvP and all of that. I don't really play PvP, so it's not too useful for me, but honestly, I think it's a really cool feature. And let's go check out these other ones over here. Oh, that's a wild Maewing. Yeah, these things spawn in the Eden biome, which I believe is what we're in right now. And because I'm faster in the tech suit that you spawn in with. Yeah, you spawn in with the tech suit. That's awesome. We're going to check out these ones. Now, this one has, I haven't checked it out, but this one has a cannon rig. Striders equipped with this rig can suppress enemies with a sonic attack. And this has a shield projector. So let's click C, and oh, it's like a different kind of shield at the front. So it's like a, you know, it's just a front shield pretty much. And if I press, oh, if I can get rid of this shield, there we go. And if I press right click, whoa, okay. Do I have a cooldown for that? I think I do have a cooldown. I'm not sure if I can use it. Yeah, I don't think I can. Oh, there we go. Now I can use it. Boom. Oh, so it like stuns them. Oh, okay. That's cool. And, okay, for some reason you are wandering far away, and I'm not sure why. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you following? Oh, yeah, you are set to follow. Okay. I thought I set them to follow one Stryder, but for some reason, you know, they're all... I thought I put them off of follow. Yeah, oh god, I'm trampling something. Oh, it's a galley. Anyway, we have this one now, which is the radar rig. Can detect creatures within radar range. So if I click this, whoa, okay. That is cool. Okay, that's cool. So basically, I can use this to scan for nearby creatures. It tells me their health. It tells me their level. It tells me, I think just that, yeah. And I believe it has a timer that's going down right up there. Yo, this is cool. I like this. And what is it? Secondary power up? Oh, okay. It's just the same thing again. Okay. So we have two more to go through. Again, I apologize for the lag. It's not my fault. Which one is this one? Striders equipped with this rig can fire high-rate plasma bursts. Oh, okay. Let's try to aim for this Maewing. Oh, okay, yeah, this one's gonna be awesome. This is basically an AT-AT walker from Star Wars. I absolutely love it. Alright, bam. You're gonna notice a lot of similarities to Star Wars from these creatures. Let's try and shoot this Parasaur over here. Oh, it doesn't do much damage, but I wonder if it increases with melee. Let's do this. And let's try and hit that Diplodocus over there. Let's see, what is its range too? Level up animation. And no, okay, so it does not increase with the melee, so I imagine it's just through the stat. And hello. And what is its other one? Oh, it's also just another shield protector rig. And we have one more to go through now. I don't know if there's more than this. I think this is all I got when I spawned them in. You can't switch their rigs. They are only there when they're spawned in. And get out of here, galley. What does this one have? This one has can detect. Oh wait, this is just another radar. Never mind. Anyway, let's get up to the next one. This is when I think these guys are gonna get really exciting. Next one we have is the Maewing. We're up for my 3 favorite creatures in the entire DLC here. The Maewing. Honestly, it's just your upgraded rock drake, except it can't climb walls, unfortunately. But you gotta have some sort of balancing. So if we increase its stamina, it actually has decent stamina already. And oh my goodness, it's absolutely adorable. But this thing is so fast. If I were to jump and hold shift, I do this amazing like flying squirrel gliding maneuver, and when I hit the ground, I can just slide on the ground like I'm going down a water slide. Like, look at this. Look at this. Holy crap, you go so speedy. But yeah, it can also swim pretty well. It's a fantastic swimmer, actually, which is great. I mean, it makes sense. It's like a platypus, and holy crap, this lag. It's because I'm loading in a new map for the first time, guys, so it's going to be laggy. But yeah, look at its little waddle. Oh my goodness, it's great. All right. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Yeah, so getting to the actual abilities, besides this amazing transportation system, it has a left-click bite, which is, you know, pretty standard. It has a right-click leap attack, which is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what it's for, but I imagine maybe it can pin creatures or something? I don't know. Let's try it on the strike. And 122 damage. And, oh, okay, yeah, the left-click is really weak, but the right-click is pretty strong. And you can just spam it, but you have less control, I guess. Okay. So I think that's a decent trade-off. You can barely see anything because of the leaves. It's very, oh goodness. I don't want to mess with a bunch of them. Oh my goodness, the music. Alright, does it have a C attack? I'm not sure. Oh, it's just the bite attack. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you can also use these guys to like carry babies. You can use them to steal babies from other players. I'm not sure how that works just yet, but I guess we'll figure it out at some point when I go over this in a individual taming video. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be going into each. I'm going to have individual videos showing you how to tame each and every individual creature on here, because honestly, then you'll get a better understanding of how all these creatures work. And, ooh, yeah, you can see the giant mammary glands. Oh, God. Anyway, we're up to almost my favorite creature. I mean, it's not really a creature, but I feel like it deserves to go in this video. I mean, it kind of makes sense. We have the Exo-Mek. Now, I'm pretty sure you can only get this by beating the final boss. But, oh my goodness, it requires engram to ride. Oh, yeah, I need to go into creative mode, that's why. So yeah, you need to have the engram to ride, which means you need to beat the final boss. And yeah, here it is. I absolutely love this thing because it is essentially the Hulkbuster armor in ARK, and it's going to attack all my stuff. Raptors, no. Get out of here. I set everything to passive for this showcase. So, oh, I'm in different modes. So yeah, this thing has 3 different modes. Oh yeah, that's the C attack, by the way. But yeah, left click is a normal punch, and C attack is like a slam attack, and this is in the combat mode. If I press right click, I will go into a carry mode, which I believe will allow me to carry structures. I actually didn't remember this, so we don't have any structures to pick up, but I imagine you can pick up things like foundations and all that. I'm not sure how it actually works, but I'm sure we'll go over it eventually at some point. We have the storage mode, which I'm actually not sure what it does. I haven't looked on, like, here's the thing, I haven't looked on anybody else's videos on any of these. This is me going in blind. And yeah, I don't know how the storage mode works. But again, I'll go over this in a separate video so we know exactly how this goes. But anyway, the reason why I love this thing is, honestly, it is OP as crap. Like, if I hold space, this is a super jump, alright? Watch how high I can go if I go straight up. Oh my goodness, it goes so high. Holy crap. And if I go down, bam. Oh my goodness. It just feels so right. It is like a Hulkbuster slam into the ground. And even the sound effects are just perfect. And if I go a little bit more of a distance, I can super jump for miles. This thing is insane. It is essentially the Hulkbuster in ARK, and I love that. And, ooh god, I'm getting a lag spike. It's actually a really fast runner as well. I prefer this thing over like the already made default mech. This thing is just so much better in my opinion. Yes, it is a lot smaller, but honestly I think that its other abilities make up for it hands down. Like, this thing is just incredible. Alright, last but certainly not least, the final new creature of this Genesis, this Genesis DLC is the Astrodelphis. I mean, it's not the final creature. There are some other creatures that are not tameable, but I'm not really going to go over them because they don't really work. But yeah, we have the Astrodelphis. Now, this thing is my favorite out of all of them. I love this creature so much, which is kind of a contrary to like the other Genesis simulation. It's like, I did not like the Astrocetus. It's my least favorite out of all of them. But the Astrodelphis is my favorite out of all of them. Not only is it adorable, look at this little waddle. Oh my god, is that just not the cutest thing you've ever seen? This is definitely the cutest rideable creature in ARK by far. I just can't. That is adorable. But anyway, if you fill its saddle with element and grenades, it basically acts like a Tropiognathus. So if I were to press control, I go into the jet fighter mode. And this is the main reason why I love this creature so much. Because, oh my goodness, not only is it so fast, watch this, alright? If I press right click and I aim for a creature, I can blow it up like a Tropiognathus with cannons, or with like, with grenades, I should say. Left click does something even cooler in my opinion though. You can fire it with lasers. I can fire lasers at everything. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. And if I press space, space does something and I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it like does some electric pulse effect. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but this is just so fun. Like, I can't get over how fun this is. I just want, it's like the X-Wings out of Star Wars, honestly. Again, a Star Wars theme. I just want to get a bunch of people and I want to dogfight with these things. This is so cool. And I'm not sure if the saddle like increases damage the more like you have it, the better it is. So if like I had an Ascendant saddle, I'm not sure if each, you know, shot would do more. But oh my goodness, this is just so cool. Like if I can shoot this Bronto from so far up. Oh my goodness, it's so great. I absolutely love this creature. Definitely my favorite creature in the entire DLC by far. Ooh, just knocked him straight out of the sky. But anyway, I think that's all of them, all the newer creatures to this DLC, and I want to check out some of these variant creatures now. This is going to be cool. So we're on to the variants now, and these are basically just normal creatures that have specific color variants that are different from all the others. And you know, we had these on Aberration, we had these on Extinction, we had these on Genesis 1. You know, it's nothing unique or different. But these guys in particular are really cool because we have ones from other maps, which is super interesting, and I think it makes sense because, you know, it's the last DLC of ARK, and I think it makes perfect sense to have tons of each creature from each DLC. The first one that we're gonna go is the little Dilophosaurus, which honestly, it's got some cool patterns. If I just, you know, do that so you can see, it's got some cool different spikes and patterns. I think it has like spots and stripes on its back, and yeah, these can always come in like a bunch of different colors. The one here is mostly blue, red, and green, but I imagine they can come in like pinks and purples, like in the, you know, one of those, like one of the images that Wildcard showed off as well. We also have the turtle here, the Carbonemus, which is probably my least favorite out of them. It doesn't really look any different to me, except for a color palette swap, and maybe some little patterns on the spikes. It's really not that different. So I'm not really gonna, you know, it's not really that much, it's just a turtle. Here we have the Velonosaur, which carry on the same thing with the Dilophosaur. It's mostly blue, green, and red, which is pretty cool. I like it. I'm not a big fan of the Velonosaur personally, but any of you who are, you know, I'm sure this is a very good addition for you. Next up here we have the Carnotaurus, which I actually quite like the Carno. It's got some blue some spots on it. It's also got a little bit of patterning underneath the tail. This one is mostly blue and green. It looks a lot like the one from the promo image, except instead of purple, it's got green spots. So yeah, I imagine, you know, the color palette will change depending on the Carno that you find, along with all these other creatures. Next up we have the Allosaurus, which I actually really like this one. This one is so much better than the default one. Look at this. It's got stripes all over its back. It's got stripes all on its sides. It looks like a tiger. I mean, it pretty much just looks like an inverted tiger. I mean, like a tiger that was mostly black with orange stripes, but was an Allosaurus. Get out of here. This is not your showcase video. Yeah, it's basically just a tiger in Allosaurus form, and I absolutely adore it. But yeah, anyway, next up we have the Quetzal. Now, I'm not sure where Quetzals spawn. I imagine they spawn here, but it's really interesting that they decided to give the Quetzal a variant, considering, you know, I don't imagine most people would use a Quetzal when they have things like the Maewing and the Voidwyrm, and they have other stuff, and especially the Astrodelphis. But But yeah, it's basically just a Quetzal with some stripes on its wings, and it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like a fire variant. This one in particular, as it's completely red. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But I don't know, it's not too special. Next up, we have probably my favorite in the entire bunch, the Reaper. Yes, you can get Reapers on this map. I'm not exactly sure where the Reaper Queens spawn, but holy crap. Reapers, if you guys don't know, are my favorite creature in ARK by far. And oh my goodness, it looks so beautiful, man. I'm coming here every single time for Reapers now if I'm on a cluster or anything like that, because holy crap, look at the stripes on it. Look, it's a mixture of purple and black and red and orange, and it just looks stunning. It looks gorgeous. I absolutely love this design. It looks a lot different than what we originally thought it would look like. They changed it a lot. But honestly, I'm glad they changed it because it looks so much different and so much more unique now than it did when we first saw it. When we first saw it, it just basically looked like some color regions were swapped out. But here, oh my god, the stripes are just so good. It's fantastic. And it's the same thing here with the Reaper Queen. Of course, not a tameable creature, but I decided to put it in because it's here anyway. And yeah, this thing is awesome as well. This one turned out to be orange, and I'm pretty sure you could tell if there are event colors, because these things actually have colors on their on their back. I'm not exactly sure if they have color regions, so for all I know, every single Reaper Queen might just look like this, and it could be different. But if so, if Reaper Queens do look different, then potentially you could see if a Reaper will have event colors during an event, which is really, revolutionary, I'd say, considering you couldn't do that before. And yeah, we also have the Giga, which I think everybody was just really hyped up about. This Giga looks fantastic. It's got spots, it's got stripes, and it's a great mixture of blue and orange, and honestly, that's one of my favorite color combinations. It kind of reminds me of like some toys I used to have as a kid. You used to have like these dinosaur toys that usually have these most like bizarre stripes and pattern designs on them, and with these weird colors that mix pretty well, but were obviously very cartoony. Yeah, this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that, but honestly, I like it. I think it's a welcome addition. Look how cool this thing looks. It looks insane. It looks so much better than the normal Giga that has literally no cool parts about it. It has two or three regions, and that's it. And honestly, those regions cover up most of the body, so it just looks the same almost every time. This though, oh my goodness, like the patterning makes it look so unique. I can just imagine mutations on this thing would be so good. Like, can you imagine like a blue, a green one, yellow, black and green? Yeah, I want to get mutations on those things. And anyway, we have the biggest one here, the Brontosaurus, which, I mean, I don't really like the Bronto very much, but it's here, so I'm showing it off. And I like the patterning. It looks really strange, to be honest. It reminds me a lot of like a sea anemone or something like that, or a sponge. But I like it. It's got actually probably the most unique looking stripes to any other of the R creatures on here. But yeah, it's just a reskin Bronto. It's not really that interesting to me anyway. Next up, we have the smaller creatures, which, I thought these were a different variant because in the spawn codes, they were classified as Eden and not R creatures. So that's why I put them separately, but they're just R creatures. There's nothing different about them. If I go into here, yeah, they're just Rs. There's nothing different about them. But anyway, first up we have the Astrodelphis, which, it doesn't look that interesting. It's basically just a parasaur with some added stripes. Not really that cool in my opinion. We have the wolf here, which this is just a pure opposite to this thing. Like, look at this. Look at this. Like, really, it does honestly look like somebody just, dropped a bunch of paint buckets on it and said, here you go. But surprisingly, it works so well. Look at it. It looks amazing. It looks like something you'd see out of like some fantasy movie. Like, this thing looks incredible. Again, it's just a direwolf like with added colors on it, but it looks amazing. I absolutely can't wait to tame a bunch of these things. I'm gonna get a huge pack of these things in the series because holy crap, it looks fantastic. Gotta love yourself a direwolf. Alright, now that the freaking rain is gone, we have the Equus, the horse that's in game. and I actually really like it. I mean, it's not that interesting in my opinion. I feel like the pattern is it's not that special. I mean, the pattern could be better, but honestly, it looks pretty good. It's a solid creature. I love the Equus. It's an amazing addition to ARK, so I'm glad they decided to give it some love with a variant. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool Equus color. Here we have the Daedon, which honestly doesn't look that different from the vanilla Daedon, if I'm being truly honest. Like, the colors are, honestly, their color regions are kind of the same. And there's no real stripes or patterns, which honestly makes it one of my least favorites out of the bunch. But, I mean, it's cool. It's a Daedon. It's a pig. So, I mean, if you guys like pigs, I don't really like them that much. I kind of think they're a little ugly. But, yeah, if you guys like them, then there you go. You got them on Genesis Part 2, and they are a different color palette. But, yeah, probably the best one. You know, I think everybody was going to, you know, pull this out of their hat by a milestone. Or a mile. What am I saying? Anyway, you know, this thing. The Thylacoleo. This is ridiculous. I knew this was going to be so good because I spawned in like 10 of them so I could get the best one. And this is great. Look at the colors and patterns on it. And I'm floating because I don't have a saddle for it. But yeah, it's just like the wolf. It looks so strange, but so cool at the same time. It's like a zebra or a tiger, honestly. Really, you could make this a leopard. You really could make this a leopard if you had the right colors, which just makes it so much better in my opinion. Like, if you put on shades of... Get out of here. This is not your showcase. If you had like colors of like brown and orange and black, you could really make this look like a jaguar, which honestly, I feel like the Thylacoleo most resembles. It does resemble like a big cat of some description, and honestly, I absolutely love that about him. You know, Thyla is definitely one of my favorite creatures in ARK, so I'm very glad that they gave him a variant after so long of not getting a single variant. Very, very welcome addition. So this guy, the Snow Owl, I never expected the Snow Owl to be in Genesis until I saw that image, you know, that wildcard released. But yeah, it looks really good. Oh god, lag spike. But I think it looks really good. It looks like an actual owl with the, you know, the palettes rather than just being completely white. You know, well, I mean, white owls can be white, but it kind of reminds me of like a great horned owl. How, you know, they've got like the tan bellies and they have, you know, the brown wings. It really does look like that. But on the other side is even cooler. We have blue wings with a bunch of spots all over the front part of the body. I mean, the back part, sorry. But yeah, look at this. It looks so great. It's got speckles all over it. And also, is it just me, or are the eyes like a different shade of blue than normal? They look a darker shade of blue. Honestly, I really hope that like the eyes can be changed. I haven't tested it, so I don't know. So if that is a different color than the normal Snow Owl, I really hope that, you know, you can get like mutations and stuff on the eyes, because that would be so cool. I would absolutely love to have like a red-eyed Snow Owl. You know how amazing that would be? That'd be so cool. Oh my goodness. And yeah, it's just a standard Snow Owl, no different, but other than that, it looks beautiful. Absolutely adore it. Next up we have the Procoptodon, which honestly isn't that special in my opinion. I really like the Procoptodon. It's actually one of my, like, the cooler creatures in ARK in my opinion after its TLC. It's very useful. Definitely a great creature to use, especially on maps like Scorched Earth. You definitely want one of these early game because they are amazing mounts for land traveling as their jump and everything. But this one is not that different. I think the only difference on this guy is the add spots. I don't think there's a single other difference, which is kind of sad in my opinion, considering I feel like it's a letdown. They could have made it look so much cooler. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a cool creature, but really, they didn't do very well with its color palette. Here we have the Gas Bag, which, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of disappointed with this one. I'm not a big fan of gas bags. I mean, they're kind of cute, but, I mean, I don't really like them that much. If you like gas bags, there you go. But they're probably one of my least favorite creatures in ARK because I feel like they're kind of useless. But there's really no difference between this guy and normal gas bags. I think he's like the stripes have changed a little bit, like the spots and patterns. They've changed a little bit, but honestly, they're not much different, and I don't notice a thing. So I'm just gonna move on to the Megatherium, which has the same issue, if I'm being truly honest. I don't notice anything. It just looks the same to me, which, I mean, if you guys can notice a difference, then good on you. I think there's a little bit of difference on the back right there, back of the neck. But other than that, it just looks the same, and I don't notice any difference. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's nice to see Megatheriums get a little bit of love, even if it's kind of, you know, not apparent. But yeah, anyway guys, that's every single creature that is tameable on this map. If you guys want to see me go over the untamables, or like, you know, the other stuff, like I think there's the summoner, other things like that, then please leave a like and comment down below that you want to see that. I will be going over other videos later, like the items, as well as the Rockwell boss fight. I believe Rockwell is going to be the end boss. I haven't checked it out for myself yet, but I'm like 95% sure he is the boss. And I will be starting up my series of Genesis soon, and I promise you, this series will not be cut off like all my other ones. I swear. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to end the video here. If you have enjoyed this episode of a Genesis Showcases, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, oh my goodness, Helen, I'll see you all hopefully in the next episode. Bye-bye. I've been so excited for this.